Hello, I'm Sheila from Bluebird Valley Art, and today I'm going to do a big flip and drag. So I have 12 by 24 canvas, which I previously painted and scraped because I had something on there I didn't like. Actually, I'll show you what happened with that. Okay, just quickly, I wanted to show you, I did a painting, I didn't like it, I scraped it off onto this sheet, aluminum sheet, and now I have this giant puddle of paint that's going to dry, and I'll be able to peel it off and make jewelry with it. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I'm actually going to be doing a workshop on that in November. So just check the event link on my Bluebird Valley Art page. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside for now. And so as you can see, I have orange, yellow, red, and a bunch of blues and a white. So I'm going to layer these up. I might have just the tiniest bit of silicone in some of them because some of them were leftover paints. But mostly most of them have no silicone in. So I'm going to see what happens when I flip with just the Floetrol and water. Floetrol does create cells by itself, so sometimes you don't need the silicone. All right, so I'm going to show you one cup. I'm going to show you how I layer one cup, and then I'll do the rest. I'll pause and do the rest. So first I'm going to put on my gloves. Okay, so I'm going to start with white in the bottom. I think I have some chunks in my white. I'm not sure. Okay, and some yellow. Some red. Some orange. I made the orange using, I think it was a light cadmium red and yellow. And then the blues. I hope I have enough paint. I was just estimating. There is a calculation you can do based on the size of the canvas to tell you how many ounces of paint you need. I normally do fine with estimating, but I don't normally do a canvas quite this big. So this navy, I made it with primary blue, black, and a metallic blue. Okay, and a little bit of this one. Okay, I'm just going to do one layer of each. All right, so while I do, I'm going to do 5 cups. So that's cup number 1. While I do 4 more, I'm going to pause. Okay, so I have 5 cups ready to go. The last one kind of became a mishmash because I was scraping all the cups out. I didn't want to waste any paint. But that should be okay. Anyway, it's an experiment, as usual. So now I'm going to flip these. Oh, there was something under there. I'll have to pick it out after. I don't know what that was. Okay. Look at those colors coming out. So I need to let these sit like that for a few, well, maybe 1 minute. So I can just explain a little bit about how I mix my paints. First of all, I mix the Floetrol with water. So it's, well, I usually do like 8 ounces of Floetrol and 2 ounces of water in one of these squeeze bottles. And then I add it to the paint, basically sometimes half and half, sometimes 60-40, like 60 Floetrol, 40 paint. It depends on how thick I want my paint to be and what technique I'm doing. Like for the flip cup here, I did pretty much 50-50 paint and mix. Half Floetrol water mix and half paint. I wanted it just a little bit thicker. Sometimes, well, for a Dutch pour, I use paints pre-mixed with just water, and that's 1-to-1, so ratio 1-to-1. Okay, so we can see some cells coming up and some amazing colors. So I hope this is going to work. If you want to know the exact colors that I've used, I can put that in the comments. Like some of them are Liquitex paints, some of them are Deco Art, some of them are above ground. It's all different ones, but basically you saw the colors that went in there. I think the blue was a metallic. Yeah, that blue there. It's beautiful. Okay, so I think that I only had the one, yeah, maybe 2 metallics in there. There's sort of a turquoisey one as well. Now I'm going to try and flip these, but also pull them across a little bit so they're not all sitting in one end of the canvas. Sometimes that's easier said than done. So here I go. Oh, I lost a lot over the edge. Shoot. Okay. Wow, look at those colors. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's some cells, and that may be because of the little tiny bit of silicone that I think it was in the red. There was a bit of silicone in the red and the Bahama blue. But really it was minimal. Okay, I'm really sorry I dropped all that orange off the side. But that's the way it goes. You always lose something, and especially once I start tilting, it's all going to be different. Okay, so yeah, some of the cells are really beautiful like in here. What I'm going to do is tilt it down that way first, just a little bit. I think I want to scrape some paint out of these cups just to help. If the canvas is not dry, then the paint will slide better. So you can use any paint to make it wet. Okay, let's try this again. This takes a lot of patience. What I'm going to do now is use a culinary torch and pop some of the bubbles, and the heat will help to bring up some more cells. I don't like that line there. Maybe I can pour that off later. Oh, there's that thing. What was that? It's a piece of dried up paint. Okay, so now, let's see. Corners are always the challenge. You don't want to run everything off. You want to get those corners covered though. So, just gonna I don't need the lines to stay straight, but I kind of like it. I don't think they're going to stay straight though. And I'm going to have to maybe pour off a lot from this end. Okay. Let me get this corner. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. The corner and back. Now trying to stay in the camera. It's a big canvas. Okay, corner down there. Let's go for it. Okay, there we go. Well, very colorful. I love the colors. Yeah, there's some really interesting cells in there. Like here. Oh, this section is amazing. Here we got some sort of cloudy look, which is very cool here as well. These cells. This is very sort of Saturn. And up here some crazy little ones. Now the cells will continue. Shoot, I'm dripping paint on the floor. The cells will continue to grow. So when this dries, it's going to look different, a little bit different from what it looks like right now. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, well, I'm going to post a photo of it when it's dry, and eventually I will varnish it. But yeah, I have to wait like a month for it to dry all the way through. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. That's the Flip and Drag on a 12 by 24 canvas. Happy to answer any questions if you have them.